Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. This is Miguel with season 1 of how to combine the DC deck building sets. And this is our 7th deck profile for the season. In this episode, we'll be covering Teen Titans. The oversized characters for this set include Superboy, Raven, Red Robin, Starfire, Beast Boy, Wonder Girl, Blue Beetle, and Kid Flash. The supervillain stack will include Slade Wilson, Harvest, Clock King, Cheshire, Simon, Terra, The Brain and Monsieur Mallah, Blackfire, Brother Blood, Dark Light, and Trigon. For the theme of the main deck, we're going to focus on Teen Titans. For availability, we're pulling from the original set through Teen Titans, Crisis 1 and 2, Rivals 1, and Crossover Pack 1. For consistency, the main deck will be at 120 cards with 30 heroes, villains, equipment, and 24 superpowers with 6 locations. And now, the deck profile. For heroes, at cost 1, we have doubles of Arsenal. Arsenal reduces the cost of supervillains by 2 for the turn without using the power generated. At cost 2, we have doubles of Bumblebee, Ravager, and Solstice. Bumblebee provides flexible power by allowing you to discard her when you need an additional boost. Ravager supports ongoing focus strategies by providing a reliable way to destroy unwanted cards in your hand and or discard pile. Solstice supports superpower focused strategies by providing additional card draw when you control a superpower. At cost 3, we have doubles of Robin, Aqualad, and Miss Martian. Robin supports equipment builds by recovering an equipment from your discard pile to replay. Aqualad gives you control on when to set up your next draw with a card costing 5 or less from your discard pile. Miss Martian provides deck filtering by giving you another chance at a stronger opening hand at the cost of redrawing the hand you set aside. At cost 4, we have doubles of Stargirl, Hawk and Dove, and Static. Stargirl is a defense card that can put a card from the destroyed pile on the bottom of the main deck as a way to prevent it from emptying. Hawk and Dove rewards decks that can take advantage of duplicate cards by providing additional power when 2 copies are in play. Static supports ongoing focus strategies by turning ongoing cards into additional power and deck thinning. At cost 5, we have doubles of Superboy and Cassie Sandsmark. Superboy supports superpower builds by recovering a superpower from your discard pile to replay. Cassie Sandsmark works best in equipment heavy builds by providing additional power for each one you control. At cost 6, we have single copies of Blue Beetle and Warrior Princess with doubles of Dick Grayson. Blue Beetle is a great defense card because he can defend against multiple attacks in one turn. Warrior Princess is a great card throughout the game by providing +3 power and gaining a card from the lineup when played with Starbolt. Dick Grayson supports players with a high ongoing count in the endgame, serving as an additional VP for each different ongoing in your deck. At cost 7, we have single copies of Daughter of Trigon and Vic Stone. Daughter of Trigon works best in decks with a variety of card types, making villains and supervillains easier to defeat. Vic Stone works best in main decks with a variety of ongoing cards, providing additional card draw for each different one you control. For villains, at cost 1, we have doubles of Talon. Talent is a low cost +2 power just as long as you control a starter that can be picked up early when you cannot afford a kick. At cost 2, we have doubles of Gizmo and Zookeeper. Gizmo supports equipment-focused strategies by providing additional card draw when you control an equipment. Zookeeper provides defense support while in play as an ongoing card. At cost 3, we have doubles of Jervis Tetch, Mad Mod, and Plasmas. Jervis Tetch is an early game tech card that can discard or destroy unwanted cards from the top of your deck. Mad Mod supports ongoing focus strategies by turning ongoing cards into additional attacks and deck disruption. Plasma supports ongoing focus strategies by providing additional card draw at the cost of discarding ongoing cards. At cost 4, we have doubles of Parasite, Phobia, Lady Vic, and Killer Frost. Parasite can depower foes with his attack, exchanging a card with cost 3 or greater with a punch card from their discard pile. Phobia provides hand disruption by forcing opponents to discard cards into other players' discard piles. Lady Vic provides flexible power by allowing you to discard her when you need an additional boost. Killer Frost is here as an attack against locations and can draw a card if no foes discard one. At cost 5, we have doubles of Grant Wilson and Mammoth. Grant Wilson works best in hero-heavy builds, providing additional power for each one you control. Mammoth is a great defense card because when you discard to defend, he can draw 2 cards first and then destroy a starter from your hand or discard pile. At cost 6, we have single copies of Inertia and Jinx with doubles of Brother Blood. Inertia provides consistent hand filtering, allowing you to replace an unwanted card with a new one each turn. Jinx provides generic support with power and card draw, while disrupting ongoing focus strategies by forcing opponents to discard ongoing cards. Brother Blood provides generic support with +4 power, making him a strong buy in almost any deck. At cost 7, we have single copies of Match and Sons of Trigon. Match provides powerful ongoing disruption by letting you temporarily take control of an ongoing card from an opponent and use them for yourself. Sons of Trigon provide reliable disruption by forcing opponents to either discard a card or gain a weakness. For equipment, at cost 1, we have doubles of Birdarang. Birdarang is a low cost +2 power just as long as you control a hero that can be picked up early when you cannot afford a kick. At cost 2, we have doubles of Colony Suit, Magic Bracers, and Eskrima Sticks. Colony Suit supports ongoing focus strategies by turning ongoing cards into additional power when you discard them. Magic Bracers supports ongoing focus builds by recovering an ongoing from your discard pile to replay when you avoid an attack. Eskrima Sticks helps you reuse low-cost equipment throughout the game. At cost 3, we have doubles of Helmet of Fate, Detonator, and Bowstaff. Helmet of Fate can mulligan undesirable cards when defending, making you draw a card for each one discarded minus itself. Detonator gives you control on when to destroy a card from your discard pile. Bowstaff provides consistent power with an additional bonus when there is a villain in the lineup. At cost 4, we have doubles of Green Arrow's Bow, Flight Wings, and Batarang. Green Arrow's Bow reduces the cost of supervillains by 2 for the turn without using the power generated. It can be combined with Arsenal to further reduce them. Flight Wings can help you catch up or take the lead because it sets up your next play by putting cards you bought or gained on top of your deck to optimize your next draw or turn. Batarang is an efficient utility card that can provide power, draw support, and reliable defense throughout the game. At cost 5, we have doubles of Cloak of Raven and Lasso of Lightning. Cloak of Raven works best in superpower heavy builds, providing additional power for each one you control. Lasso of Lightning supports ongoing focus builds by recovering an ongoing from your discard pile to replay. At cost 6, we have doubles of Silent Armor and T-Wing. Silent Armor supports ongoing focus strategies by turning ongoing cards into additional cards from the main deck. T-Wing supports players with a high count of low-cost cards in the endgame, serving as an additional VP for each different cost 2 or less in your deck. At cost 7, we have single copies of Mind Control Hat and Reach Scarab. Mind Control Hat has the standard draw 2 cards plus attack that can discard a random card from each foe. It can also be played with Jervis Tetch to play all heroes and villains from the lineup in order to maximize your turn. Reach Scarab is a great defense card that can draw 2 and put an ongoing card from your discard pile into play to have them ready for the turn. For superpowers, at cost 1, we have doubles of Acrobatic Agility. Acrobatic Agility is a standard low-cost defense that can be bought early in the game if you cannot afford a kick. At cost 2, we have doubles of Shapeshift. Shapeshift works best in decks that rely on card names or types, allowing it to satisfy a wide variety of synergies. At cost 3, we have doubles of Force Field and Molecular Vibration. Force Field offers both card draw and reliable defense, allowing you to keep it in play until you need it to avoid an attack. Molecular Vibration provides flexible card draw, allowing you to discard it when you need an additional draw. At cost 4, we have doubles of Power Drain, Energy Absorption, Geokinesis, and Crystal Shield. Power Drain provides reliable hand disruption by letting you remove key cards before your opponent has a chance to use them. Energy Absorption provides draw support and helps improve deck consistency by removing unwanted cards from your hand before they cycle back into your deck. Geokinesis is here as another attack against ongoing cards to make a chosen player discard theirs. Crystal Shield supports a wide variety of strategies by providing power, draw support, and can recover low-cost cards as a defense card. At cost 5, we have doubles of Starbolt and Demonic Influence. Starbolt works best in superpower-focused strategies, increasing in power for each superpower in your discard pile. Demonic Possession works best in villain-heavy builds by providing additional power for each one you control. At cost 6, we have single copies of Tactile Telekinesis and Mystic Bolts. Tactile Telekinesis works best in superpower-focused strategies, allowing you to thin the top of your deck the first time you play a superpower each turn. Mystic Bolts provides strong recursion by recovering up to 2 different low-cost cards from your discard pile, making it useful in any deck. At cost 7, we have a single copy of Speed Force. Speed Force is our lucrative card because it is +2 power and draws 2 cards with no drawbacks. At cost 8, we have a single copy of Teen Titans Go. Teen Titans Go supports ongoing focus strategies by putting all ongoing from your discard pile into your hand as a way to take the lead or catch up. For locations, at cost 4, we have a single copy of Titan's Memorial. Titan's Memorial supports heavy destroy strategies, acting as a draw engine each turn you destroy cards. At cost 5, we have single copies of Azarath, The Colony, and New Titan's Tower. Azarath provides hand disruption by having opponents discard a card at the cost of discarding a card each turn to trigger the attack. The Colony places cards you have destroyed under itself to act as ongoing cards for effects that need one to be discarded. New Titan's Tower is a draw engine for ongoing focus strategies, allowing you to include itself for the ongoing requirement when you play it. At cost 6, we have single copies of Cadmus Labs and Tamarand. Cadmus Labs supports hero and or villain builds by replaying a cost 3 or less hero or villain you control. Tamarand supports ongoing focus strategies by turning the top card of your deck into additional power when you need a boost. In closing, that's one way to combine the DC deck building sets. Remember, there's no single correct way to build your main deck. These videos are here to inspire ideas and start conversations. What would you change? Did you watch Teen Titans, Young Justice, or Teen Titans Go growing up? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all the YouTube things. I'll see you on the next one.